Hey, it's Victoria, and yes, I'm wearing the same sweatshirt as in my video last week, but that is just because I filmed them in the same day. So today we're going to be talking about a little thing that everybody has been talking about. We're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect. Now, if you live under a rock and don't know what the Mandela Effect is, basically it is a theory that we went into an alternate universe, or went through an alternate. Now there's a lot of little things that have changed, such as the spelling of some words. And it's basically that so many people remember it being a certain way, and then now all of a sudden it's a different way, and everyone is like, what the heck? It's supposed to be this way, and now it's this way, and then this way doesn't even exist anymore. You get the point. Now the theory is called the Mandela Effect because Nelson Mandela, he died in 2013, but so many people believe that he died in prison in the 1980s. That's kind of what started this whole thing. I kind of want to just give my opinions about the whole theory and everything. Now, I'm not sure if this actually is real and that things actually have changed and that people have believed that they changed, or if it's just become such a big thing that once someone mentions that one thing has changed, other people kind of look at it and they just go, oh yeah, like totally that changed. And then once like a bigger group of people are starting to say that it's different, then that kind of makes other people look at it and believe it more just because so many more people are believing it. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. And I was thinking of that because one of the biggest ones is the Berenstain Bears. A lot of people remember it being spelled E-I-N rather than A-I-N. And when I saw this one, I kind of had some doubts because I always remember it being Berenstain Bears, and people are now pronouncing it Berenstain Bears. Like, that just makes absolutely no sense to me. But then when I saw so many people say that it used to be E-I-N and everyone remembers that as E-I-N and there's no way that it could be A-I-N, then I kind of hopped on the bandwagon and I was like, oh yeah, totally, like E-I-N, like that's totally how it used to be. And now that I've like heard so many people pronouncing it Berenstain Bears, I'm kind of back to my original thought process of it because I always remembered it as Berenstain Bears. And if I had never heard of this effect at all, I wouldn't have ever thought anything of it if I just saw Berenstain Bears. There's a lot of ones that I definitely don't believe, that I think people are just trying to make up just to create new Mandela effects so that they can, you know, become a trend. For instance, people are saying that Casper, like Casper the Friendly Ghost, used to be spelled A-R instead of E-R, but I always remembered it as E-R rather than A-R. And I know that for sure because when I first started watching Casper Lee back in 2012, I always remembered that I remembered how to spell his name because it was different from Casper the Friendly Ghost, because Casper had an E and then this Casper had an A, so that's how I always remembered how to spell it. And another new one that recently came up is apparently Rice Krispies is spelled with a C rather than a K, but when you Google Rice Krispies, this comes up. But even though there's so many anti-proof and there's so many things with people just trying to get attention, there are a lot of things that are different, and I do believe this effect is kind of real because there are things that I know were spelt the other way and now they're spelt this way. Like the Rubik's Cube, apparently now it's CKS, Rubik's Cube, rather than the X, and the X doesn't even exist anymore. And then there's a couple more from songs that really freak me out. The song Barbie Girl is I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, but now apparently even when you watch the video, it's always apparently been I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. But those are basically my opinions and my theories. If you have any comments or if you want to add to mine or comment on my opinions, feel free to do that in the comments because I want to know people's opinions on my opinions. I do believe that the Mandela Effect is real, but I also believe that people think that has changed, that actually hasn't changed, and they just think it's changed because so many other people think it's changed. I feel like I've said so many confusing things in this video and I just need to stop. My camera turned off. But if you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, just give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more of me, hit the subscribe button, and any of my social media links, if you want to follow me, will be in the description below. I will see you next week.